Hello everyone, and welcome to another cloudy little tutorial. Today we're going to be learning how to make this adorable little ghost. Now, I didn't mention it here, I forgot to, but you can string some clear fishing line or even some white yarn through the top and make a little loop to hang him up on something. Okay, let's get started. Here's what you'll need. White worsted weight yarn. Black yarn, I'm using worsted weight. You can also use sport weight or probably even embroidery thread here. Anything black that you can make the eyes with. You just need a little bit. Some stuffing, a 5mm crochet hook, and of course we're going to need our scissors, yarn needle, and stitch marker. As always, I have every stitch and technique used in this video. Individual tutorials are linked in the description. Go ahead and check those out if you have any problems with something. So we're starting off with a magic ring. Now, instead of just starting like we normally do with the loop tight on our hook, I'm going to just pull it up a little bit. So there's a little gap there like that. So it's a little looser. This is going to make our single crochet easier to work into. I do this instead of a chain 1 to start here because it's going to look neater overall. We're going to put 6 single crochets into that magic ring we just made. So round 1 will have a count of 6 single crochets. Once you've completed those, close your magic ring. This is where we're going to start using our stitch marker. I'm just popping that in my last stitch of the round. When working in rounds like this, it's very important to keep track of your stitches with a stitch marker. Round 2, we're going to put a single crochet increase into every single stitch around. So you can see that's 1 single crochet and 2 single crochets in the same stitch. We're going to do that all the way around. This round will have a total of 12 stitches in it. Round 3 is going to be 1 single crochet and then 1 single crochet increase in the next stitch. And you're going to repeat that all the way around for a total of 18 stitches. So you can see I just did my 1 single crochet, and then here's my 2 single crochet in the same stitch for a single crochet increase. I'm repeating that pattern around for the entire row. This is going to be our last increase round. Okay, rounds 4 through 7 are super simple. All you have to do is single crochet all the way around. That will keep a total of 18 stitches for each round. So, yeah, just 1 single crochet around until you finish row 7. Once we get to row 8 here, we're starting to look like a little bowl. So round 8's the fun one. This is when we put on the little arms. So first we do 5 single crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's our 5th one. If you don't know how to do a bobble stitch, I did link a more detailed tutorial in the description, but I'll give you a quick little rundown on how to do it right here. So we're going to yarn over, go through our stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over again, go through our stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. All this is going in the same stitch. Now yarn over, go through that same stitch one more time, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then we should have 4 loops on our hook right there. Now you yarn over, pull through all 4 of those loops, and it gives us that nice little bobble there, nice little nub, and that's going to be our ghost arm. Now we're going to do 6 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, I sped this up a little, 4 and 5. and 6. Okay, now we're going to do another bobble stitch. I'll do this one a little bit faster, but I'll show you again. Yarn over, go through a stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Yarn over, go through that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over one more time through that same stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. You should have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through all 4 of those loops. And now we just finish off with a 5 single crochet. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That is round 8 complete. Look at his little arms. It's so cute. Rounds 9 through 12. Once again, we're just going to be single crocheting all the way around. I will show you though how I single crochet over the bobble stitches, just in case you struggle with that. It's a little bit awkward, so I'm just crocheting up to that. And I'll show you the bobble stitch left a single stitch to work into right there. So we're just going to work it like normal. Just here's a single crochet in the stitch before it, single crochet in that stitch. It might look a little larger than the rest, that's fine. Just go through like normal, single crochet, and here's a single crochet in the stitch after that. It's pretty simple to work into, but it just looks a little funky, so it can trip some people up. But just crochet around 1 single crochet each stitch until row 12. So here's row 12. Look at him, you can see him. He's really starting to look like a ghost. He's got his little arms and everything. Round 13, we're going to be working into the front loop only. So instead of working through both the loops like normal, we're just grabbing the front loop. So not both loops, just that front loop there. If you have trouble, there's a tutorial linked in the description, like always. So this is a little complicated. We're going to do a single crochet, then a half double crochet in that same stitch. Remember, keep it in the front loop only. And then a slip stitch into that very same stitch. Now we're going to slip stitch into the next stitch, front loop only. Now we're going to do the same thing again. So still in the front loop, 1 single crochet, 1 half double crochet in the same stitch, 1 slip stitch in that same stitch, slip stitch into the next stitch, and now we're going to do the same thing again. So in the next stitch, a single crochet, a half double crochet, and a slip stitch into the next stitch. And you're going to repeat that all the way around. Just keep going like that. Make sure you stay in the front loop only. You can see this is forming that little ruffle at the bottom. So just keep going around with that same process. Okay, here he is with his little ruffles at the bottom done. Now we're going to have to work on the underside for the next round. So what we're going to do is we're going to move our working loop to the underside. Now here's how I do it to make sure it looks as flawless and seamless as possible. So I'm taking my hook out of my working loop and I'm sticking it in that next stitch right there from the underside, and then I'm pulling the loop through to the underside. Now you can see it doesn't even show. It's like pretty much seamless, flawless, and now our working loop is on the underside, so we can crochet around from here because we're working in the back loop that we just left behind. So I'm just pulling up my loop there so it doesn't come undone, because now it is time to embroider on the eyes. If you want to, you can add safety eyes or embroider the eyes on in a different way. This is just how I like to do it because it makes this like really cute kind of like grumpy, squinty little ghost face, and that's what I like. So we're going to go over here, slightly off to the right, kind of in the center. We're doing this between stitches, and I pulled that through to leave a little bit of a tail, and I'm kind of keeping a grip on that tail on the inside so it doesn't pull all the way through. You can see here I went between stitches, so now we're going to go one to the right and one above and go through there and then back out that same stitch that we started in. Pull that through, adjust it if you need to, and now we're going one stitch below that stitch. So it's one stitch to the right from the starting stitch, one stitch below the other one that we made. So just pull that through, adjust it with your fingers, with your needle as you need, so that when you pull it tight, it sits correctly. Make sure you don't pull this too tight, but don't leave it loose. And you can see it's like a nice little like squinty, grumpy kind of eye shape. I'll show you again on the other side. So we're going to go not through this center stitch right there. We're going to leave one as a gap, and we're going to go into the one right next to it. And we're doing the same thing on the other side, just reverse. So we're going to go to the left one and up. And we're going to go in that gap between stitches, back out through that starting stitch. It's a little awkward, but you'll get it. I've been doing this forever. This is my favorite way to put like this type of eye on things, but it's always a little awkward. Okay. After we get that, then you're going to go again, one to the left from our starting stitch and one below that other one. Pull it snug. And now you have just a cute little ghost face. Now I'm just going to tie it inside here. So don't tie it too tight so that you distort your embroidered eyes, but don't leave it too loose so that your eyes come loose. But just tie it up in there, make sure it's secure. Now my camera cut off there, so I had to start recording again, but I just tied a knot there, and then I'm trimming it. Luckily with anything stuffed, you can kind of just leave your loose ends in there, and as long as they're like knotted like we did and secure, we can just stuff over top of it and it's fine. So round 14, we're going to work into the back loops left behind from round 13. So how we worked in the front loop only, now we're working in those back loops that we didn't work into before. So we're going to do a single crochet, decrease, and then a single crochet all the way around. So here's my single crochet decrease. See that right there? And then here's my single crochet. See, we're just working in those back loops that we left behind from round 13. So single crochet decrease, and then a single crochet. Continue that all the way around. You should have 12 stitches. Okay, now that I have that round done, it is time to stuff. So you just want to, put enough in there to make him hold his shape. You don't want to overstuff. If you overstuff, it'll make the stitches kind of spread out. I overstuffed him just a little bit here. You can see I'm going to take a little bit out. You want it stuffed just enough to hold its shape, be a little bit firm, but not enough that you're like stretching out your stitches so that you can see the stuffing. Once it's stuffed, you can continue on with your final row. And this final row is just single crochet decreases all the way around. So just decrease all the way around. You should have 6 stitches when you're done, and that'll be enough to just close up that gap. Once that round is finished, it should look like this, nice and closed up. It's time to tie off now. And of course, tie in our loose end. So I'll show you how I kind of make sure that the bottom is secure and fully closed, if I can just thread my yarn needle. So I kind of just pick up the loops from that last round that we worked. I kind of just grab the front loops of each stitch and put it through. And I just go all the way around like that and pull it tight so that it closes up that last little gap that's there. After that, my favorite thing about anything plush, all you have to do to tie in your loose ends is just run it through back and forth a few times. I sped up this process because you do not need to see me struggling for that long. But yeah, just run it through back and forth a few times and it'll actually get tangled up in the stuffing and lock it in really nicely. So there he is. Your little ghost is done. You can string a loop through him to hang him up somewhere so he's floating. Yeah, he is perfect for spooky season, for a little decoration for Halloween. Even a Halloween costume edition, maybe. But yeah, I love him. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you want more tutorials like this, then please subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications when a new video is posted. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, leave me a comment, and I will try to answer it as quickly as possible. And I guess that's all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!